It might be hard to believe, but the Nintendo Switch OLED is 1 year old today. Hey everyone, Gary here with Rock Solid Productions. Thanks for stopping by and checking out what we have going on here today, talking about the Switch OLED. This is going to be kind of a look back at the past year of the system, and it's one of those things that, while it had a good platform to build from, didn't really do much to advance the platform. That's what we're going to discuss today. Now, if you want to check out our full-blown unboxing and review, I will have those linked for you down below in a pinned post. I'll also have our Switch playlist for you up there. So 1 year ago today, August the 8th, 2021, this beautiful piece of hardware came out, and it definitely had some improvements over what's playing here behind me, our original Nintendo Switch. One of the biggest advantages, first and foremost, is going to be that OLED screen. This is a beautiful display that me as a content creator, I really appreciate, because if I need to shoot something on screen, it looks so much better, so much brighter, so much vibrant with a camera looking directly at this versus looking at the original. I'll also say one of the things I don't hear people talk about enough is the enhancements to the sound quality on the Switch OLED. It really does sound a whole lot better than the original unit. Finally, the other major hardware improvement to the system itself is going to be this enhanced kickstand that is a lot stronger, a lot more stable, a lot more durable than what the original was. Now, above and beyond that, the system guts-wise, it's the same as the original. There was no real enhancements done to the hardware of the system. You're looking at the same types of Joy-Cons. In fact, it is backwards compatible with previous generation Joy-Cons. It's also not one of those things where we got anything new Joy-Con wise. For example, on the Switch Lite, we did get a traditional D-pad on the left Joy-Con, as it were. This still has the regular up, down, left, right. Kind of a bummer to see that myself. Now, I do understand why. It's one of those things where the left Joy-Con can be used separately as its own controller. If you have a D-pad versus buttons, it can complicate things a little bit. I don't necessarily agree with that mindset, but I understand that mindset as well. We didn't get, like I say, any new internals. It's not a faster processor. It doesn't have more. It's same from this one to that one. The main advantages from this in the handheld mode is going to be the display, the audio, and the kickstand. If none of those things are important to you, well, you may be better off with an original Switch. Now, speaking of playing in handheld mode, let's talk about playing in dock mode a little bit, because the dock also did see a number of improvements. They did remove one of the USB ports inside the back of it here, replaced it instead with an Ethernet connection for those who may have poor internet connection via Wi-Fi. Now, I have terrific wireless Wi-Fi in my studio that I have here, and actually this dock lives in my living room. I use my original Switch dock down here because I don't need to connect it via that Ethernet connection. I've done it to test out routers here, which you can check out up there. I've done it just to check out the overall speed and performance, but for the most part, I could actually probably use that extra USB port instead of that Ethernet connection. Now, one thing that is nice is the fact that the old dock is compatible with the new system, the new dock is compatible with the old system. None of the docks are compatible with the Switch Lite, simply because Nintendo disabled that at a system level, so that's important to note. Now, this does come in two different colors. I went with I call it the Stormtrooper white that you have here. There's also the blue and the red, I believe, is the other configuration, or maybe it's gray. I don't actually remember. It's one of those where when I saw that we had the white version coming, that's what I went with, because I had a white case that I put on my system. I actually think this looks pretty stinking sharp. Now, one of the things with the Switch OLED versus the original, accessory compatibilities. So any wireless controller that worked with the original, it's going to work with this. And around the same time, or shortly before the release of the Switch OLED, Nintendo did release firmware that you can use wireless Bluetooth headphones right with the system. That's a great thing, and it does still work on here. Now, other accessories like grip cases or the exceptional Fixture Gaming S1, because the Switch OLED is slightly wider than the original Switch, well, that's why things like the Fixture Gaming S2 for the Switch OLED exists. So there are some differences in some of the accessory compatibility options. Now, I said at the time of the announcement for the Switch OLED, one of the reasons why I thought they were coming out with this, and it wasn't a Pro, it really had minor updates. The better screen, the audio, the kickstand. We've all seen in the last 12 months what inflation has done. This is $349.99 US versus the original was $299, a $50 price increase. It's basically how Nintendo could bake a price increase into the Switch platform to kind of, protect himself against inflationary sorts of forces. It's not conspiracy, it's just basic economics. It's unfortunate, it's what's going on, we're all having to fight it right now. Me as a gamer, what do I think of this versus the original? Well, the way that I play, I don't play in handheld mode a whole lot. I don't travel like I used to, thanks COVID. And generally speaking, when I am playing games, I'm sitting in front of a TV or I'm capturing footage or something along those lines. So for me, a lot of the benefits of the Switch OLED in handheld mode kind of lost on me. It's unfortunate because this is a beautiful screen. It really is. I actually kind of wish that at some point Nintendo would come out with a consoleized version of this that doesn't work in handheld at all and is just connected to your television. I would personally love that. Now, over the course of the last year, I have used it though in handheld mode, whether with the Fixture Gaming S2 or with some of the other handheld grips and cases that we've tested out. And one thing I am pleased to say is I have not encountered any Joy-Con drift with this model as of yet. That being said, I don't play in handheld mode a ton, and when I do, I am actually using now the Fixture Gaming S2. This is, like, seriously, it is the best handheld gaming experience for the Switch or the Switch OLED. Check them out. You'll thank me for it later. But for me, playing this in handheld, even before this was out, using these Joy-Cons, I never felt any drift or any just loss of connectivity or control with the system. Overall, it has performed extremely well since I got it. Battery life has also been very, very good. But again, I'm not necessarily always going ahead and playing in handheld mode. On the flip side, because I'm not in handheld mode and it's docked, you can overcharge the batteries, not as much as you used to with it being lithium based, but it is good to occasionally take it out of the dock. That way it's not constantly charging. But as such, I have not had any issues whatsoever with the battery life, with the Joy-Con. This has been a flawless machine for me. Now, I can't say that about my original Switch. I actually had it brick on me about 8 months in, and I had to send it in for replacement, which it stunk. This has been flawless, and I really do appreciate it. Now, it's kind of funny, the same time that this came out, Metroid Dread came out, which I bought, and is still shrink wrapped, because I haven't had time to get to it. I haven't gotten to Kirby either. This has got such an amazing library of games, exactly the same as the original Switch. That's one of the nice things, unlike when you went from the 3DS to the new 3DS, you had some games that you needed that new 3DS to be able to play. The entire library is compatible with both systems. Switch Lite, you've got some limitations there, but that's separate from this. Overall, would I buy this again? If I didn't have a Switch to start with, this would be the way to go. If I had one, like I did, and I didn't have this YouTube channel, no, I probably would not. Again, and the reason behind that is the fact that since I play primarily connected to a television, the features that this adds, they're not features that I use. They're not features I take advantage of. Your mileage may vary on that, but overall, it's a good system. It's a good follow-up, but man, I would have liked to see more memory for faster load times, for better visuals. 4K for me wouldn't have been necessary, but 1440p would have been really, really nice for those who have monitors that are capable of it. Overall, like I say, good, not great, not a necessary upgrade if you have the existing system. But these are just my opinions. 1 year in, just wanted to have a brief talk with you about my thoughts on the 1 year anniversary date of the release of the Nintendo Switch OLED. Do you have a Switch OLED? Did you pick up an original Switch? Did you upgrade? Tell me what you're currently playing as far as on the Switch, Switch Lite, or Switch OLED. Also, if you haven't had a chance to check it out yet, Carl, the Computer Automated Resource Locator, This is a great game from Nintendo. Absolutely love it. So good. Cannot wait to spend more time on it. Definitely make sure you check this out. It's great, first of all, that it's someone in the community that's making games. We've also seen John Riggs with Yaya Beavis do that as well. This is absolutely just fantastic to be able to see a fellow content creator be able to really make some content when it comes to games. Now, like I mentioned, if you want to check out some of the other videos too that we've done on, the Switch and the Switch OLED, from our unboxings to dock testings to controllers and more, those videos are coming up for you right now. Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you want to help support Rock Solid Productions and be a part of our community, there's a number of different ways you can do so. First and foremost, join us over on our Patreon page or become a channel member here on YouTube. By joining through either one of those methods, you get early access to just about all of our video content, exclusive content, and a whole lot more. We also give you shout outs at the end of each and every one of our videos. You can also pick up some awesome Rock Solid Productions swag. We've got t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, and more available through our Teespring store on screen right now too. You can also pick up some of our awesome 3D printed cartridge stands, amiibo holders, Nintendo DS holders, and more by visiting our 3D printer store on screen right now as well. Links for everything will be down below in a pinned comment. If you want to stay up to date with everything we have going on here at Rock Solid Productions, make sure that you're following us on the different social media networks. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/RockSolidProductions, Instagram at instagram.com/RockSolidProductionsGK, and Twitter at RockSolidStudios. If you're looking to pick this and other retro and modern gaming accessories up, make sure that you head on over to CastlemaniaGames.com. He has a feature over there called Castle Cash, where the more you spend, the more you earn towards future purchases, and Castle Cash is just like cash. He also offers convenient payment plans for more expensive items over $50. Finally, make sure that you use promo code ROCKSOLID10 when you're shopping at CastlemaniaGames.com, as it can save you up to 10% on most items on the website. Again, thank you for watching this episode, and I cannot wait to see you again soon.